Peli.
Hi, too.
Peli, remember when you felt sad because you were too scared to fly and I showed you the first I can?
Oh, yes, I can feel.
Well, today we're going to see one of the Pelican I Can Feel activities. It helps us learn to notice and name feelings.
Hi, so today we're going to have a look at one of the activities in the I Can Feel section of Pelican. So to practice this, I've got some photos here and I want you to pick one out, have a look at it and have a think about how you think the person or people are feeling. Understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, go.
So I feel like they are both angry.
Okay, and how can you tell what's making you think they're angry?
I can tell by their body language.
Uh-huh.
The one in the green,
Yeah.
she's very tense and like kind of standoffish with her actions.
Yeah, okay.
And the one in the jumper, you could tell by how she's pointing,
Finger
and how
pointing.
she's like hunched over a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I can also tell by their facial expressions.
Okay, what can you see?
The one in the green looks very like stern with her face, very angry.
Okay, so very fixed, yeah. Yeah.
And the one in the jumper is very like a very expressive, angry, expressive face. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So is her mouth, what's her
Her
mouth
mouth's
doing?
open.
Yeah.
Like, it's like she's shouting.
Okay, yeah, brilliant. And how easy or difficult was that?
Pretty easy. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Quite easy to tell on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a go at another one. All right, have a think. So have a think about how either of those might be feeling and how can you tell?
I think the girl in the green dress looks a bit frustrated
Uh-huh.
because she's getting her things taken away from her.
Okay, yeah.
She also looks maybe a bit frightened
Uh-huh.
because her facial expressions really like looks quite scared.
Okay.
And looks like she's wanting like to ask for help.
Okay.
And the girl in the orange dress, you can't really see her face, but you can kind of see she looks a little bit happy because her cheeks look like they're a bit like puffed up a little bit.
Puffed up, yeah.
So she looks a little bit happy that she's taken the girl's
Okay.
things.
So what can you see on the face of the girl in the green, and like her eyes or her mouth?
She looks. I think she looks a bit scared
Mm-hmm.
because her eyebrows are like down a little bit.
Yeah.
and her mouth's quite tense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She almost looks like she might sort of cry.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, brilliant. And was that as easy as the first one? Harder?
I think it was a little bit harder than the first one. Yeah.
Yeah. So quite often people will discuss the picture because sometimes there's not like just one right answer. It might be really easy to work out, like the angry one. There are two people very much with tense bodies and kind of leaning over in each other's faces. Whereas the two young girls, one of them you can't see so well, and the other one, the expression is maybe more difficult to read.
Yeah.
And so using with children and young people or using with adults in training who are going to do this activity with others, there may be more differences of opinion. We've had somebody saying, for example, they think the girl in the green is terrified for their life. So that's quite a dramatic statement. And maybe they are terrified for their life. So we're looking both at what body signs, what facial expressions can help us work out what somebody might be feeling, maybe talking amongst ourselves to work out what others think. We can also see in the picture with the two girls that one of them's trying to take some crayons away. So that gives us a sort of situation cue. What is creating this feeling? And we might put ourselves in her shoes and think we might be upset, we might be frustrated, we might be angry if somebody tries to take something away from us. And I guess the other thing is the intensity of the feeling. So actually we've seen two quite intense feelings. Sometimes it might be a little bit more mellow. But using these photos can be a very rich way of finding out what names people use for feelings, how they're judging feelings, how can they tell by looking at faces and bodies, or maybe a cue from the situation that's creating the feeling. Thanks.
So, Peli, what are some of the things we saw in the activity?
To notice and name feelings, we need to look at people's faces and bodies. What do they look like? What are they doing? And talk to others about what they think the feelings are. Sometimes it's easy to decide, like the angry ladies, or more difficult, like the 2 toddlers.
And anything else?
Oh yes! Feelings can be strong or big, or feelings can be smaller.
Great remembering, Peli. There are some important things we didn't have time to show. Different people can have different feelings in the same situation, like the fairground ride picture we didn't see. So, there can be similarities and differences in feelings. When doing this activity, help everyone to have a turn. Learning to listen to others and think about different views is important.
Wow, that is helpful. Thanks to...
Also, we saw only 2 of the 15 photos in the Activity 15 Seal Photos with Widgets resource today. There are lots more resources and activities in the I Can Feel folder on the web, so lots of things to have fun doing, help us learn and practice. Look at the information on noticing and naming feelings activities in the PELI CAN guidance pages 27 through 28 and the 20 resources which are listed on page 25. The I Can Feel part of the PELI CAN guidance is on pages 25 to 31.